We got a new country coach coming in. We've had a lot of country coaches lately. Most of them have been Prevos, but they went away from Prevos and then they got into their own manufacturing of an RV, and that's what this one here is. His biggest complaint is handling. It's all over the road. He thinks it needs a lot of front-end components or something. We're going to change the coolant in it. He's going to put new thermostat in it, new water pump in it. We're going to change the rear end oil on it and go through and do inspection on wheel bearings and brakes and everything and check out that front end. Those ramps from the car dolly were dragging there a little. So they camped outside overnight in it. We're going to get it in here first thing in the morning where the engine's nice and cooled down. Just a little. He just recently had new rear tires put on, and he can only drive about an hour before he's got to fill the inner duals on both sides up with air because they're leaking somewhere. He thinks it's maybe the bead on it. So their whole trip down here, every hour of driving, they'd have to pull over and stop and fill the tires. No, it's the TPMS thing, but yeah, it's the leaky valve extension. You want to see the big bubble on it?
That would do.
Just a little. Okay, let's see if we can pull that drum off, or we'll let you do it without backing off the brakes. So they use this to pull the trailer with their race car in it, dragster. They'll show you some pictures of it here in a second. Oh, that's cool.
It won best gasser at a big national event. It was actually at this event. He got an award from a gentleman that was personal friends with Jeff Beck, who's a big-time car builder, Ian Dawes, and he just loved that car. It was a lot of fun. It's really cool, that picture of the 55 two-door wagon. That's cool. That car runs 1070s in the quarter, but we're about to change the engine. We want to get 10 flat. The other car, you have to have a competition license. The coupe is getting close to running in the 8s. Yeah, it's a handful. There's, I think the same issue is, it has a picture of it in paint back here. So it looks different now. It's in paint. Yep. We renamed the car. That's me driving it.
Wow.
And that pass ran 912 at 146 mile an hour.
This front hub cap for the oil has a magnetic drain plug in them. I like that where the magnet grabs the metal and keeps it out of the oil. This one is not the same story as the other side.
It's got bass boat flakes in it.
Yeah, it's all sparkly.
Oh, that'd make a nice paint job.
It would. And then you can see the amount of metal in the drain plug.
Well, that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, look at all that metal on the spindle and everything. Just metal everywhere.
This is gonna be ugly. It's gonna need some bearings.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think we need to look at it anymore.
Size of the coach and yeah, it's bottoming out and
The good news is the rear looks really good. The rear bearings on both sides. Just a little bit of wear on them, but there's no big issues with them. Just going to clean everything up, change the oil, good to go, readjust everything. Putting all new coolant in this Cummins. So the one that he bought has the pre-charged chemical in it, but we're putting all new coolant in here, so we don't want to double do the chemical. So I ordered another filter. This one here is the part number, same dimensions and everything, but it's there's no chemical in it. It's just a filter. And that one is a filter plus chemical. So he'll monitor the coolant with the test strip, and when it needs the chemical filter, he'll be able to put that one on. This video is sponsored by the Ybot pool cleaning robot. Enjoy your time at the pool instead of always doing maintenance. This thing will get in there and clean the floors. It'll clean the walls, the water line. You can set it to do either of those things independently or together. You can also select the patterns that it does it, like in an S pattern on the bottom of the pool, or you can have it do the cross pattern. You can also have it select the pattern that it does the walls too. So if you want to do it up and down, it'll do up across the water line a little bit more. It's a neat feature to have that. We've had other pool cleaning robots that don't do that. Here you can see it cleaning around obstacles in our pools, like the stairs. It goes up and down. It'll clean the stairs, the walls, the floor. It gets all the debris out. We never have to use a regular vacuum if you have this pool cleaning robot. Not only is it just vacuuming as it's going, but it's also scrubbing. These roller brushes on the front really get in there and scrub everything clean. This vacuum is battery powered, so it easily recharges when you have it out of the pool, and then you just simply, once the battery's charged, you put this cap back on the top of it and it seals it up and it goes right back in the pool. So no cables or cords. It comes with this basket that fills up with debris, and it also has an ultrafine particle filter that you can use separately to remove really, really fine particles. But I do find that the basket alone collects fine enough particles to clean everything out of the pool. The basket just snaps right in, closes up, it's good to go. You just turn the power on, set it in the water, it'll quickly sink to the bottom and start doing its magic. Gets a lot of crap out of there. I'll put a link in the description to the Wybot pool cleaning robot that we have, but they do have other models with lots of other features. The inner one should be done. So the inner one should be done, right? We need to get that little speedy sleeve off there for the seal. Somebody used a Stemco seal that comes with a little, like a sleeve saver that goes on there. So we're gonna get that off. You have the tool ready? Which one are you going to use?
I don't know, none of them wanted to get back there. I definitely used the hose stick last time to get there.
Is this one getting there? No. These are the replacement Coney shocks. They're EVOs. They're a little larger than those, and a little stiffer. You got a lot of front end bounce on here, so I got the one in there right now. Camera's a little dirty. All the steering components looked really tight. The tie rod ends and everything looked great. So what we're gonna do now is just check the alignment on it and see if maybe that's the issue. But I don't see any parts that need to be replaced under there. So we just backed the bus up a few feet and then drove it back forward after setting it down so the wheels are straight. We're gonna check the alignment on it here. We have these little laser beam things that
I need the battery.
Okay, we're checking the alignment here on this Country Coach Intrigue.
Okay.
So that is exactly . 107 3/8 in the front. And 107 and about 1/8, almost 3/16 on the rear. So that is toe out a mile. So it's supposed to be toe in, like a 1/16 of an inch, anywhere from a 1/16 of an inch to completely neutral. So it's more than a 1/4 of an inch out of adjustment, the wrong way. So it's just shy of a 1/4. Okay, keep going.
More?
One more little turn, then I'm gonna go readjust the tape measures because it's, actually stay there for a second. Let me go check the, okay, so we're 107 and a 1/4. It's just slightly above a 1/4. The line was touching the 1/4, and then this side, 107 and a 1/16 above the 1/4. So 35/16, 107 and so we're a 1/16 inch toe in. Okay, so we're 107 and we're 1/16 over the 1/4. And this side is 107 and a 1/4 to the fat side of the 1/4. So we're less than a 1/16 of an inch toe in, which is what we want. We had to get the torch out to heat up the tie rod ends to get them to move. They were seized. This air conditioning compressor was recently replaced. When it came in, we noticed that the belt was turned on it and it was wearing in a weird groove. We replaced this belt with a new one, but we had him add a couple of washers back here just to move it forward. It wasn't aligned correctly. So now it's got a better alignment on it there. And we put a new belt on it because the old one was worn really weird. But just one of those things that stuck out to us. As soon as I saw that belt, it was this way, but it was twisted in there like that. You probably got it. Trees on the left back there too. Looks good.
The brakes feel better already. Probably getting rid of the dust and that's a cool machine. Saw your video on that. I bet you that'll motor down the road pretty good.
It does.
The V8. I love those V8s and those Hemet wreckers we had in the military. Road looks good. Looks like you gave it a scrape.
I did. After that storm, it needed it.
Yeah, it just washes it out, doesn't it?
Not too bad, but we got 3 inches of rain over like 4 hours, so.
That's a good. Filling it up there too. It's pretty crazy. Wet season for sure.
Do you want to try giving it a little brake check just to see how things feel?
You good?
They work. Work better than I thought they were gonna work.
Yeah, me too. Better get those seat belts fixed.
I'll hop out and open up the second gate here.
That's dangerous intersections up there in Brown County. You gotta have your head on a swivel.
Yeah, this one, speed limit's very high. It's 45 mile an hour coming down there, and you got 2 blind corners.
Tell the steering feels better already. Not even moving very fast, and it feels better.
Yeah, that far toe out, it definitely gonna be better. Well, you're barely working that wheel at all right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd already be doing this by now. So, yeah, it's way better.
What are we, about 55, 60 right now? 50?
Hitting 55, which is probably 5 over, so I better cool my jets.
Yeah, it'll drop up here too. But yeah, that steering wheel looks great in your hands right now.
Yeah. Awesome.
It was a handful before, huh?
It was. It certainly was. I really thought we were going to be putting some parts.
Speed limit's 30 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no parts at all on that part. That wheel bearing, I would think, would be a little quieter too for you, because it had to be making a little noise over there.
I would think. And I'd imagine. Yeah, I think it probably is quieter.
Engine temperature running pretty good since it,
Yeah,
Cool.
and it takes a little bit to get up to
So then-
full tip.
we didn't bleed anything out of there, so I just wanted you to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
That's a kick butt old truck there.
Oh, yeah. Is that an international? No, Ford. Just like
pretty-
back home.
Pretty quiet in here.
I can feel the shocks are way better too. Going kind of that way?
Yeah, we're gonna go around and then we'll turn left at the next light.
Oh, gosh, it feels better all the way around. Combination of shocks and alignment, I think.
Left here, left.
Oh,
It's all right, you missed it. It's all right, just go forward. Turn around in that parking lot, you think?
yeah, this will do it. Oops. something around. Short buses. Turns pretty tight.
So we'll just stay straight now.
Those turn signal gongs are a little strange. They sound more like an alarm.
They are annoying. So you'll really notice the shock difference, and the fact that you didn't notice it before was when we hit that bridge transition.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a definitely I didn't feel it either, but we'll pay attention to it this time too. But yeah, I would say that the smaller shocks were definitely overloaded and then being old. And you said other people had upgraded to that larger size.
Yeah. They're not that much more money. I guess the only reason you wouldn't do it is if they didn't fit.
Yeah, it was only like $100 more per shock or something like that.
Well worth it, I'm sure. Because it rides way better. And I think there's some rears available for Super Steer. It looks like they're in stock, so I may try to jump on those. Maybe Coney ran out, but there's still some sitting in some of the parts houses. I'm not sure. I'll try as soon as I can call them and see. If not, then I'll just back.
So this bump here.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
And then before it would just it porpoise, and yeah, for a car, for it to bounce more than once, really, you got bad shocks. Way better. Way better. I gotta lift that up there to cover up my TV project. Some of the wires anyway.
It's a good thing that your guitar didn't fall down when you did the brake check.
Yeah. It's in a padded case. Nothing too special. Can't find guitar.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the steering is greatly improved.
I'm relieved. I drove it back from Florida by myself, and it's a pretty good haul. I thought, well, I think it's going to be some front end work. But, I made it home and feel now it's going to be that much easier to drive. So, oh gosh, yeah. It's a little, I think it's fixed. I would call this fixed. But I will probably still look into putting one of those dampers on just for safety purposes. If we can, Dad's a fabricator. That's what he retired from the railroad doing. So, if it makes sense, I'm not sure why they didn't figure out. That's the thing you gotta be careful about. If they didn't figure out a bracket system for it, maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, it's definitely more complicated with the independent front suspension like that.
But yeah.
Nope, I left it. I left it open. you're gonna have to hook up your trailer anyways.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But you can probably park where you camped that first night.
Okay.
That's probably
Yeah,
fine.
that's close. That's a short walk. All right, dyno test. I'm gonna see if I can hear that leak again. Oh, I can hear it already. That's something I'm gonna have to get. Well, a lot of that's the fan. But I thought I heard a leak, so I'm gonna be looking over all the hoses real good and the charge cooler. Just hoping to pop a hose on me or something. At least if it does, to your point, it has a map sensor, and I think it will adjust.
Did you want to
something.
park here, or you want to go? We'll go to.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay. Whatever's easier.
Yeah, no, what this looks good. I'll just back her up. Put her right where we started. Just 5 days ago or so.
Yeah. So much improved handling, steering, shocks, the wheel bearing replaced. Lubed the chassis, changed the coolant, new transmission fluid, new transmission filter, coolant filter. You put a new water pump on it and thermostat. And temperature's running good right now?
It is. It's closing in on its set 180, and the rate at which it climbs about right. It takes this machine a little while to get up to full temperature.
New alternator belt, readjusted the alternator position, inspected and reset the preload on your bearings on the drive axle, cleaned all the brakes, readjusted the brakes. I think that's all we did. It's quite a bit.
It's a good
Oh,
bit.
new shocks. Yeah. He's got a turbo boost leak on there that he's going to look into. When it was coming up the hill the first time, it heard a pop, and his boost is down apparently. So he's gonna look into that.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. But at the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.